my name is Miss Chrissy. I'm from Harris County Public Library and Lone Star College Sci-Fair, and this is my friend Rebecca.
This is Miss Rebecca from the Kingwood Branch Library. Hi, guys.
We are going to play a game today called Once Upon a Time. In this game, we're going to be telling a story together. The rules of this game are very simple. Well, the actual rules to the game we're not really going to follow, because in this version of the game, there are interrupt cards to where we can interrupt each other, and there are blank cards to where you can fill in your own information, which we are not doing. But the blank card thing is very cool because you can add things that maybe aren't in the original game, like maybe there's a fan of mystery or a book on pirates that has information that you'll need. So that's what the blank cards are for, but we are not using them today. We are just using the regular cards. The cards we are using, the black rimmed cards, are elements of the story. They can be a character, they can be an object, they can be a place, it can be something that they have to do, and these are elements of the story that we have to use. The white rimmed cards are ending cards, and that means that that's how you're going to have to tie the story all together. It may end with, and they lived happily ever after, but it may have a completely different ending. And in the way we're playing today, which are Chrissy's roles, we are each going to take a turn with our element and tell a story. We're not interrupting each other. We are not scoring to see who did the best job. We are simply trying to tell a good story together. So this is not a competitive game. This is a cooperative game where we are working together. All right. So I am going to deal us each. I'm going to deal Miss Rebecca 7 cards, and I'm going to deal me 8 cards because Miss Rebecca is also going to get the ending card. And she's going to have to take all the stuff that we've done and tie it all together at the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I have one more card. It makes sense because she gets this one extra card, which is the ending card. And I am randomly choosing one in that deck, and I am not going to look at it. I am giving it to Rebecca for her to see.
Okay.
All right, so Miss Rebecca, here is your ending card. Can you read it?
Not just yet. There we go. Got it.
Don't tell me what it is because this is, it's supposed to be a surprise. We don't know what each other have. Let me know when you have it written down.
Got it.
Okay. Now here are your other elements of the story that you need to tell.
One moment while I write that down.
Okay.
Got it. Next.
There you go.
Got it. Next. Got it. Next.
There you go.
Yes. Got it. Next.
Here you go.
Got it. Next.
That's it. I dropped all my cards.
Yay.
All right. Now we look at our cards. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess trapped in a tower. Miss Rebecca.
Time passed very quickly in this tower.
Has time passed your card?
Yes.
Although she was hidden away from the world for most of her childhood, when she became old enough, she decided she was going to go on her own adventure. Hidden was my card.
She left the tower and quickly encountered a village.
Let's see. In this village, she met a small child who seemed to be very troubled. She had been looking for her parents everywhere, but she said that they had been taken by a wicked witch.
Ooh, this just got good. The girl took the princess to a cottage at the edge of the forest.
Ooh. Beside the cottage, she saw a shed where she saw some tools. She saw also an axe that she thought that she might be able to use to protect herself.
As soon as she touched it, she found out this can fly.
Ooh, a flying axe.
Heck yes.
All right. So she decided to try and find a way to make this flying axe into a trap to lure the Wicked Witch out to save the parents.
She made a sound like a wild animal in a bush, and the witch came out and was very frightened by the axe.
What do I want to do? I have such dark cards. I'm not sure I want to do this. The axe breaks as it circled around the witch to confuse her. It broke when it hit against a tree.
And so, as it broke, it revealed a magic wand, which the princess carried with her.
Ah.
And the witch cried out, "And so the prophecy is fulfilled!"
And the witch. I have a death card.
Oh, you have a death card?
Yes.
That's so sad. No.
Okay. But
Oh no.
as soon as the princess used the wand, the Wicked Witch died and came back as a young woman, which turned out to be the mother of the child who had been transformed into the Wicked Witch. So the wickedness in her died, and she became herself again.
Wow! Oh my goodness. You made it flip. That's awesome. Oh man, I thought this was going to be one of those sad movies where mom dies.
All right, I've only got one card left. What's your next card?
My next card is carried.
Okay, how are you going to use it?
That is a good question. So the mother, freed from the spell, carried her daughter in her arms with happy tears as they made their way back to the village, and they lived happily ever after.
Wait, there's no ending card yet. I still have a card to play.
You still have...
I still have a card to play. I have one more card than you.
Oh dear, then I think I might be missing a card then.
No, I have one more card because you have the ending card.
Okay.
So you play your one card before the ending card.
Okay. The Wicked Witch, relieved of her wickedness, carried her daughter back to the village.
Happy to have escaped the prison of wickedness. Now it's your turn. Take it home with the ending.
And they lived happily ever after.
And they lived happily ever after. And that was my version of Once Upon a Time. And don't forget that they also have an expansion pack called Dark Tales. This means there are going to be some darker elements in it. We chose not to add this expansion pack to this particular video, but we might add it if we decide to do another one. Thank you guys for joining us. This is Miss Chrissy.
This is Miss Rebecca.
And thank you for joining us today. Bye.